all thought it at least once, but now I am convinced that these Jake Paul fights are rigged. What's up, everyone, and thanks for checking in with us once again here at The Fumble. I'm your host, Jackie Ray. While you're here, please double check to make sure you've hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Give this video a thumbs up, and then if you feel so inclined, head on over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at JRayTheFanatic. Now, for those of you who continue to pay for these Jake Paul fights, I blame you for dumbing down the sport of boxing. For those of you who watch but didn't pay for it, I salute you. One thing I will give you was the fight was interesting and even maybe a little bit entertaining. If you missed it, make sure you go to YouTube and check it out. You can literally piece together all the noteworthy moments, but because we keep feeding into this Jake Paul nonsense, the YouTuber now has a 4-0 record. Sunday, he defeated former UFC welterweight champion Tyron Woodley via split decision. Keep in mind, the last fight Tyron won was in 2018. He lost his professional fight in March of this year by submission, so it's very safe to say that Tyron is not in his prime. And you will notice that Jake Paul has wins against two MMA stars, neither of them were in their prime, a former NBA player and a fellow YouTube star. I did not once say professional boxer, but like I said, go back and watch the fight and notice how winded Jake Paul was. Tyron clearly had an opportunity to finish him, but he didn't take it, and all of Twitter noticed. This user pointed that moment out and said, "And you are straight BSing me, telling me Jake Paul won. Tyron Woodley looked into Jake's soul at this exact moment. #rigged. And he added, yeah, he would never follow up after hitting a punch. You do a 1-2 combo, but he was landing one punch and not following after." You don't have to convince me. I saw the same thing. And this user noticed how winded Jake was, but says, Woodley wasn't even breathing hard, LMAO. But I have to agree with this user who responded with, "You do anything for that bag. Don't care who you are or what you do if the price is right." You can't really argue that, especially since Showtime didn't respond to requests for comment on how much Paul and Woodley earned for this fight. One website called Sporting Free estimates that Jake Paul is guaranteed $1 million and will double that with his share of the pay-per-view money, while Tyron Woodley will earn half of that at $500,000 for the fight, and then doubling that to $1 million after the pay-per-view money is counted. $1 million is not money most of us would just brush off, but the kicker for me is this moment. SportsCenter posted this picture showing Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley's mom hugging in the ring after the fight. So in my head, that conversation went something like, "I'm so glad Tyron didn't finish him when he had the chance. Now we can run it back for a second fight because of the split decision. Tyron will win that one, and then we can fight the third fight for real." And if you think I'm wrong, the stage has already been set. Tyron said this after the fight, "F that Fury fight. Me and Jake need to run that back." Jake, of course, said that it was because Tyron wanted the bag. The two continued to go back and forth, and then Logan Paul, which is Jake's older brother, came in and told Tyron he was old news. But eventually, Jake Paul offered a compromise. He said, quote, "If you get the tattoo, I love Jake Paul, let's run it back." So, who thinks Tyron gets a henna tat that says just that, and we have to go through this nonsense again? So what do you think? Rigged or not? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Once again, I'm Jackie Ray. Thanks for watching The Fumble, and we'll see you next time.